Well, good afternoon, traders. It is what is today? Today is the 12th of December, 2016. My name is Thomas T. Ryan, and we publish a daily and weekly trade alert newsletter every day, 200 trading days a year into your inbox. If you'd like to join us for a free trial, please do. If you've already been subscribing to me on YouTube, then you pretty much know how this works. And we don't take any credit cards or any other information. If you want to do the free trial of the newsletter, just stop by ttryanco.com, put in your email address, and check us out for 30 days, see what you think. So here we are is the latest stats. As you can see up the top of the page there, we've had a huge improvement since the beginning of the Trump rally, right after election day. So we've been in this now for a month or so. I think we got in, it actually went long a little bit before that. So around about the end of October, we've come back from actually being negative on the daily trades up to positive for today will be almost 5%, I think, at the close today, with some unrecognized profits still sitting in open positions on the daily trades. So the daily trades have come back nicely. We're back on a pace that makes a lot more sense. The weekly trades continue to be a problem. We're working on that as best we can. And again, as I've said before, I'm probably the only guy out there on the internet that'll show you real honest-to-goodness trading results every time I do one of these videos, so you can see where we're at. So one of the things I want to do today was I thought I would revisit an old trading idea that we put out there before, which is on 10. Here's our letter from November 16th, which was actually highlighting a October 24th call which we made on Dick's Sporting Goods. We did not call Dick's as an actual trade, a short trade on 1024, just alerted you to it, if you recall, using this chart here. And what we were pointing out in October, the end of October, was the fact that Dick's is in a long-term megaphone top, very, very, very distinct, very clear megaphone top position, and it's at the top of the megaphone. Typically, you would want to trade something like this down here. When it breaks out of the downside of the megaphone, that's the more classic way to trade these things. But given the fact that we've got this MACD going on here, we've got such a clear formation. Actually, on November, what was this letter here? I think this was November 16th. We actually did go ahead and take a weekly short on this. And, of course, aren't we lucky we got stopped out on that. But I'm going to go revisit Dick's again now and point out that, in fact, today, December the 12th, Dick's is making a big down move. I actually went back in and shorted Dick's myself right about, I think it was right in here, sometime after we got stopped out. I decided to take another run at it personally. We did not put it back in the letter, but so today, I've had to ride it all the way up here again, back to the top of this trend line, and look, magically, isn't it amazing? We hit back up at the top of this megaphone top trend line, and sure enough, it breaks down. So, kind of classic situation. We've got megaphone top, we've got this declining MACD over here. This no longer looks as good as it did originally. This is a little disturbing up here. But we do have this divergence going on the stochastic right here. New top up here, stochastic fails. New top up here, RSI fails. So there is some evidence of a divergence. And I'm still completely behind the idea that this thing is in a megaphone top. So I shorted it. I shorted it right about there. No, I shorted it right in here somewhere, and it went profitable on me today on this move. So I shorted some more of it here. I think that we're going to see Dick's continue to do what a lot of this high-end, if you call it high-end, this boutique retail, over-retailed America. That's what we have here. Too many shopping malls, too much retail square footage, too much overpriced junk out in the stores. I mean, Dick's is an amazing place. If you go in there, they just have everything under the sun in there. But, they bought out, I guess, a chunk of Sports Authority, which may be too much for them to swallow. Sports Authority couldn't make it either. These stores, I never understood Sports Authority. I mean, you go into a Sports Authority, the place was always empty. Massive square footage, massive merchandise, and the store was empty. Dick's is even better. I mean, incredible merchandise in there every time you go in there. But I never see enough people in those stores to support that square footage. So I remain. And we've got other things like Under Armour is tanking today. And, of course, the saga of Sears. Even best-in-class retailers like Nordstrom's getting crushed. Macy's getting crushed. Everybody in retail is basically getting crushed, with the exception of a handful of the discounters like TJ Maxx, Ross stores. You know, they're sort of hanging in there. What's TJX doing today? Yeah, so it's hanging in there, but, you know, look, doesn't that look toppy? Looks toppy to me. We've keeping an eye on Ross for a while too. See, Ross just completely still climbing up there. So the discounters are hanging in there, but, you know, people like Dick's seriously exposed to you know, this overbought, over-retailed environment that we are in here in the USA. So I'm short again, Dick's, and we're keeping an eye on it. I'm just passing this along to you. It's not in the letter. It's not one of our calls, but just passing it along to you to keep an eye on it, because this thing is just a classic megaphone top formation. And, you know, if things go our way, we could easily see Dick's down to, you know, $30. So we could see Dick's cut in half here over the next, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, you know, over the next year. I think you could see a 50% cut in the price of Dick's. So we're watching that closely. That's, you know, that's all I wanted to bring to your attention today. Everything else is doing fairly well. Again, we're coming back on a lot of these trades that, or at least on the daily side, we're coming back nicely. So that's about a 8 or 9% move in the last 30 days on the daily trades. Love to have you join us. And if you want to, again, oh, you know, I keep forgetting to mention, when you look at these videos, it really helps if you look at them on a big blown up full screen. Don't try to look at them on a small YouTube screen. It's hard to read these charts. Anyway, Thomas T. Ryan and Company, ttryanco.com. Come on, check us out for a 30-day free trial and see what you think.